I just wanted to know if it was okay if he thought having a college coach was good, because that was different.
On the NBA front, you were close when it came to Atlanta. I think another opportunity came with Cleveland. How much did a conversation with Raquel impact that decision?
Well, the Atlanta one was big. It was embarrassing, though. They had offered me a contract. I want to say it was for like $1.5 million, and I was probably making $900,000. It wasn't a great contract, because that's why you get offered that. They weren't a great team in the organization at the time, and they had called me to come back, and they wanted to make me another offer. And I didn't have an agent, so I just went in there like an idiot, to be honest with you, not knowing anything. And they flew us up there, and it was me, Raquel, and my wife, and we're walking across the arena. Was brand new then, first year. We're walking across the arena, and the guy's saying, "Isn't this beautiful?" And we had all the boxes on one side. Guy's name was Pete Babcock, incredible guy, just the best. And he was kind of selling us, and he said, "Look at this big hawk." It was in the middle. My daughter said, "I don't like hawks." She was 5. I said, "Well, he just cost me a couple million, probably, you know." But they did offer me a lot bigger contract. I loved the situation. And I think I actually chickened out a little bit, you know. I think I was just afraid to make the move. And I've had other offers.
There was really only one real time that we entertained, and that was the Cleveland job.
If LeBron had called when the Cleveland offer came,
well, that was,
would that have made a difference?
The ironic part is we had recruited LeBron a little bit after we won the championship. And so, you know, I went and saw him as a freshman, and then realized he ain't going to college, you know, he was that good. And so he was making his decision that next week. And I wasn't trying to find out what his decision was. I really wasn't. That wasn't my place. I just wanted to know if it was okay if he thought having a college coach was good, because that was different. And so through his people, I got word that he would have been cool with that. And, you know, going or staying, if he would have been there and I know he was going to be there, would have made a difference, maybe. But I just still think that I've been a college guy. I love college, period.
I think he ultimately listened to my daughter Raquel when she didn't want him to go. She wanted to stay here.
What did she say?
She's in high school, and she's made friends, and she's got family here, and she's made her own way, you know. And over there, she'd be Tom Izzo's daughter. And so ultimately, I think that was like the tipping point where he decided that, all right, my family means a lot to me. If that's how they feel, then we're going to stay.
I wonder if I'd make the same decision today with all the rules and the different things that are creating problems in our sport. That, you know, they always say to me now, "Well, you guys are getting like pro sports." I said, "No, we're not. They have a contract and salary caps. We don't have either one."
The dynamics of the game are different. You know, people are getting paid. It's their job. They want to. And I told them, I said, you know, if you help guys create value for themselves, they'll love you. But at the same time, it's different. I told him to make sure that he understood that part of it, because it wasn't like coaching in college exactly.
Tell about the day John Paxson, unsolicited, shows up at your front door.
Yeah, that was an interesting day. Magic and Steve Smith were doing the games on different TVs, and they traveled together, and they called me and said, you know, "I think the Bulls have an interest in you." And I said, wow, you know, the Bulls, I mean, that was a big organization. Now, Michael wasn't there then, but it was still a big organization. But they told me that he wanted to come right to my house. I had a little bit of notice, but knocked on the door, and you open up, there's John Paxson. And so we came down here and talked, and that was great. And it just happened that Jerry Reinsdorf, the owner, we went into the Hall of Fame together. And I remember him sitting there saying, "How come I never hired you?" And I said, "Well, your offer wasn't very good." And he laughed. But that was a neat time.
Your wife said a few years ago that she thought you would give the NBA a shot. Do you think that ship has sailed?
I do. I do for a variety of reasons. I think if I was 10 years younger, age might be some of it, although I feel great. But I'm concerned where college sports is going right now. I really am concerned about it. But I guess you never say never, but I got so much I want to accomplish here, and especially all we've been through in these last 5 years, including the pandemic. I want to get Michigan State to the elitist of elite levels, both from a safety standpoint, from a student standpoint, and definitely from an athletic standpoint.
The hardest thing about it is the relationship you have with the players on your team at the time. So it's never really a good time to make those kind of moves. And, I think Tommy, being such a good person and having such respect and admiration for the players on his team, made it even harder for him, to do that.
And there's something to be said for staying in one place and
there is. It's got its goods and bads.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got its goods, as far as your family and moving and getting. The bads are, people get used to it and they think the Final Four is on the schedule now. I just love the football weekends. I love the college atmosphere. I love the fall-to-roll of college. I love jogging on campus on a Saturday morning football game. Those are my favorite times, and love being involved with the students. We have a camp out. We have 1,400 tents. I sleep out with them. It's just the stupid college things that I really appreciate.
You said in a 2014 interview, you weren't going to coach till 68 like Judd did, certainly not 70. Curious your thoughts on that and what motivates you today.
When I can't do or don't want to do the things, when I don't want to go on the recruiting trips, I'm sailing, man. It's going to be no thought process. I'm gone.
Man, we ain't letting him go nowhere. I don't know if he's getting tired. Don't look like he's getting tired, but we're going to keep him out there. Whatever we can do to keep him young, keep him going. He's 68, but we'll say he's 57. So we'll keep him. We're gonna keep him on them sidelines. We ain't letting him go nowhere.
I feel great. I think we're having some good recruiting years. So who knows how long? I don't know, Graham, to be honest with you, but it's not going to be a surprise. I mean, I'm going to know. I think I'm going to know when it's time. And I promise our fans, you, Mooch, my family, and everybody else, I'm not going past the time when I lose it.